This afternoon, we are going to be speaking with Yomi Fabiyi. I don't even know how to introduce him again. Yomi is an actor, he's a producer, and in the last few years, he has been involved at the vanguard for human rights activities
Activism.
in different very, very controversial issues. If you remember the Baba Ijesha issue, if you remember the Mohbad issue, and it's still on the Mohbad issue. Me, I'm tired of the Mohbad issue because 1 year after, I think that a solution should have been heard about it, especially with the fact that the police have issued a statement to say this is it. But who am I to say people should not do what they want? Before we start to talk to you, Yomi, I'd like Baron to please give us a little bit about Yomi.
Yomi Fabiyi is a popular Nigerian actor, filmmaker, director, producer, and activist who has been making name for himself in the entertainment industry. Fabiyi is from Ogun State and he was born on May 1st in Shomolu, Lagos. He attended Odunlade Primary School and Igbobi College in Shomolu for his primary and secondary education respectively. Yomi Fabiyi journeyed into acting in 2001 when he was introduced to the industry by late veteran actor Babatunde Omidino, popularly known as Babasuri. He made his debut in the movie Obelomo and has since appeared in numerous Yoruba languages films, including Metomi, Omiadagun, Igorin, and Blueprint. In addition to acting, Fabiyi has established himself as a producer and director, contributing significantly to Nollywood with several award-winning movies. Beyond his work in film, Fabiyi is deeply involved in human rights advocacy. He serves as a human rights consultant with the United States Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights and holds the title of Human Rights Ambassador with Carly and the U.S. Embassy. He is also the founder of Break the Silence Foundation and the organization committed to address societal issues and promotion of justice and human rights.
All right, Yomi, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shio.
Let's just go straight. We don't have so much time. We have about 30 minutes and we have so much to talk about. We'll start with this. I remember that you were at the forefront of the very tiny few who were supporting Baba Ijesha during his travels. And I know that he was sentenced. He also lost at the Court of Appeal, if I'm right.
No. He lost in part. He was discharged and acquitted free for the issue of molestation, having sex with a child. He was absolved that there was nothing like that. So the only thing left is just the trap that Princess set for him.
What is that?
That's the 2 count charges.
I don't understand. Why is he still in prison?
The remaining 2 count charges, they said the acting, that it is established that they were acting together. But at some point, it's not acting, it was the real contact. And because the girl is not up to 18, so they cannot, but of course, he's still subject to appeal at the Supreme Court because the girl is not 14 after that time. Even the Lagos state government that was filing and doing stuff against Baba Ijesha does not even know the age of the girl. No documentary evidence to prove the age of the girl. And what I was fighting for is not for Baba Ijesha himself. It's against child abuse. It is unheard that anybody anywhere in the world will say, because I want to know if my daughter was abused or any daughter, any minor was abused, then you ask that person to submit his or her body to be sexually abused again. You cannot want your child to go through PTSD because you want to gather evidence. No police officer should do that. No judge will give such order. And these are the things I'm fighting for as a society, that we must not allow it. The debt we owe every child is protection. And what is the truth about the whole case is it is an organized crime. Princess had no CCTV in the house before. She went to put CCTV that day. She put thugs to beat Baba Ijesha up. She did everything, asked the girl, sit down, let him touch you. She coached the girl. Even coaching a minor is punishable with life imprisonment. You can't coach a child or a minor for sexual abuse. It is child pornography when you even go as far as recording it. So all those things are what I was fighting for, not that Baba Ijesha is guilty or not. Because at the end of the day, we look at the whole stuff and we understand the fact that children are meant to be protected. And what this woman did are too enormous. And it's quite unfortunate. Everybody was looking at the other side. We're not looking at, the real aspect of it. So it's quite sad.
So, if I might ask you, are you still in touch with Baba Ijesha?
Of course.
You go to visit him regularly?
Yeah. Not regularly. You can't be going to prison to visit regularly. You can't be going to prison to visit regularly. But we contact ourselves because they have a phone in the prison. So we talk regularly. And he passed information. He asked me for people's contact to call him, tell this person to call me, tell that person to call me. If I have money, I send to him as well. So it's almost a constant communication.
Okay. When was the last time you saw him?
I saw him last, I think a few days to my birthday, which I went to invite him because I was sending invitation to all my colleagues. So I felt like because he's in the prison doesn't mean I should not share the same invitation with him. And when I took it down there, I was invited to the office of the controller of prison. That why am I bringing invitation to him? I said this is just to help his mental health, because at the end of the day, my conscience is telling me, is it because he's in prison that I'm going to ignore him and be inviting even people that I don't even know? I just said, let me just come and share with him and say, hold it, with faith, maybe you'll be out before then. And the controller said, because I have to look at the logistics. If I'm applying that they should bring him to my birthday, what is the advantage? And they have to honor me. But I said, no, it's not necessary. That I'm just sharing with him because I don't want him to think I've forgotten him. So then they received the invitation at the park. Everything, the sweets, everything I give other colleagues, I took it down to him. But the reception there, I look at the stress I went through. I said, you know what, I'll be coming here when it's very, very necessary. And because I am...
How is his mental feeling and is he coping?
And what was his reaction to that when he got that invitation from him?
Yeah, he when he saw it, was, it's natural for him. Like, normally, if they didn't set me up for flirting, I should be rejoicing with you that you even remember me and you brought this. Though at some point at the early stage, he still did not understand because he's like, what are you trying to do? Until I explained to him that my conscience is my own policeman. You don't know I am inviting people from all over the industry. But if I should overlook you and didn't come to you, it's not going to really work well with me. It's not about you. It's about my conscience. I said, how you think is different from every other person? And then he appreciated it, and he called me to pray for me, and
are there still people in the industry apart from you who reaches out to you?
Yeah, a couple of our colleagues, even those that are abroad, they will call me that they want to go and check up on him and where can they get him, and I will lead them through to how they can get through to him. It's quite funny that we are human. Setting up people and grown up for flirting just because you want to punish somebody, or you want to, that there is a particular thing that if you attach to that setup, the person will lose his career and everything. All these things are what we don't want in our society, because at the end of the day, when they arrested Baba Ijesha, few days after, police went to run a test on the same girl and they found sperm on her, and that was what led to arrest of one Damola Adekola and the security of the house. Those two, they are at large. Police refused to go and pick them. And the sad reality is, the girl will look at it. In the same house, these are people having sex with me. You claim you are my foster mother. You didn't go after these people. It is in the same house you invited your friend, and then you accused him of having something with me, and the real people having sex with me are still walking free. Make it make sense.
Okay. You see yourself as being controversial?
And because the way we are being brought up, people cannot understand, or they hardly see an actor dedicating his time for a cause of humanity like this. So the best way they can explain their own perception of my personality is controversy. And I don't have to start, begging people and say, hey, I'm not controversial, when I'm fighting for issues that either have this side or that. So I allow them to fly with that title until maybe their children will be civilized and fight for things I'm fighting for. And then they will now start looking at their children. Will I say my child is controversial when I raised my child to fight for the rights of other people? But we are not raised, majority of us are not raised to fight for the right of other people. And in doing that, the oppressor will have to tag you. People that think, oh, you're a celebrity, then go claim. Don't look for anything that will stain your name. But it's not when you want to fight for the right of this person. The person on the other side will give you a title. Because everybody loves to oppress and get away with it. And when you tell them to their face that it is unacceptable, it is abuse of human rights, they will say, what is human right? How many people even know their right? So most people that doesn't know their right will see what I'm fighting for as controversy.
You have 2 children.
Yes.
One is in South Africa, if I'm right.
Exactly.
And then one from your, I don't know if you are officially divorced or you're just separated.
I was never married to her. I was only married once in my life.
Okay. One from the woman who had the child from you.
I have 2 baby mamas.
Oh, okay. I'm talking of the last one.
And the last baby
was a lot of controversy.
Last baby mama.
Okay. How do you feel? Do you feel a certain space not being able to? The first one, the woman alleged that you were the one that initially rejected the child, and now she has blocked you from seeing the child. I always see that you post the child's birthday, but you post a very old picture. The second one, which you had a very celebrated naming ceremony and everything. Then afterwards, I keep
in touch with the child.
A lot of things started happening in the media. How does it make you to feel? And do you feel that if you look back, would you have done something differently?
The only thing I can deduce is that the only thing I would have done differently is to look into the personality of this woman. I have penchant for loyalty. I am a loyal. If you're going to say, I don't want to eulogize myself. The only thing that will make me go nuts is when I notice disloyalty. But if I notice that you are loyal, I can go extra mile for you. Nobody can even separate us. And that is what, women, only few of them are built with loyalty. They believe in love only. They don't believe in loyalty. And that is why you see, and for you to see a successful man, the fact that they say there must be a woman, they don't always complete it. There must be an acute loyal woman who will stand with that man through thick and thin. And that is why you see only few marriages last. It's not about me. How many marriages are lasting? Forget about me. How many? Count. Go back in the last 20 years. And then you see that the fact remains that people tend to go for physical attraction. And that is a mistake I made also. You look at a woman, oh, I love you, I like you, I want to, you're brilliant, and I don't look at the inner qualities. And for a marriage to last and to sustain relationships, because there will be ups and downs, the only thing that will keep you saying, I don't want to lose this person, is the fact that no matter what happens, she's going to stay loyal, she's going to stand by you, and that is what I am still not seeing in those that I've met, and it's quite sad. But every other thing, let me take the child away, is women believe they want to punish. And they punish with children. I did the naming ceremony. There was no time I said he's not my child. There was no way I would say any child. If I have sex with a woman as an adult and you said you're pregnant, I will first accept. And I don't drag children with women. I have that personal philosophy of life. A woman owns the child. If you want me in the life of a child, I am going to be 100% ready to be with you. But to punish me with that child, I won't succumb to such.
Okay, at one point you talked about loyalty, and you said you've not found that loyalty in those 2 women.
It wasn't full enough.
It wasn't full enough. At what point did you notice that they were no longer loyal? Because I felt at first, when you were together, when it was all rosy, you still saw that loyalty in them. So at what point in those 2 different relationships did you find out they weren't loyal anymore?
Because when you start a relationship, it's always come rosy. They show you that I like you, you like them, and then everybody starts showing their true colors. Let's the fact that I'm not perfect. Mm-hmm. But one thing is that when it gets to that stage, which if I go into it, it might look like I'm dragging them now, or I'm trying to paint them in the wrong color. They might be good for themselves, but they might not be good for me because they cannot stand the test of time. In the sense that there are some certain things that if I see that, you know what, I'm sticking with you, I won't do this. There are things that you want them to do behind you and do in front of you. When you see the opposite of my own problem is if I trust you 100%, I'm going all out for you. But if I see anything that will take me off to believe that you are not trustworthy, to adjust or stance unnecessary diplomacy, I am not wired that way. And that is why people get to penetrate me easily. That Yomi cannot pretend. Some of my colleagues will say, Yomi, you can't be diplomatic. Pretend as if you still like the person, play along. I said, I can't do it. If I notice that you're not loyal, I'll walk away. Even if it is tomorrow you want to give me 10 billion naira, I'll walk away. And that is where people don't understand me. When I delve into any matter, I go all out without what will I get? What will I benefit? I just do it from my church mind, not considering what is the consequence, what will I lose, what will I gain. If I put that in front, I won't be loyal to that cause. I just want that thing to come true, and that is my nature. And the more people, I'm still very young, it's going to get to a time, everybody that I've come close to, everybody would have passed through me, they say, let's be honest with ourselves. The only problem Yomi has is focus on loyalty. If he's facing here, you can't divert him here. And that's this life. Some people believe, pretend you are here. If you see any wind, flow with this, and then that's how you can survive life. Me, I wasn't raised that way.
So would it be right to say you walked away from the two relationships?
Of course. And see, none of these people want to leave me, because if you get to know me personally, I am only, I don't go club, I stay with my women, I take care of them. And they know that for a man to love children, it means you have to like the woman, you have to be with them, to say, let me care with this child for you. So certainly they will never say he doesn't take care of his child. That is not going to be part of me. And it means that I will be there with napping, bathing the child, doing everything a woman would do. The only thing I won't do is breastfeed. My latest baby mama one time felt like I was receiving messages. Okay. I wasn't paying attention to her, and then she'd say, take the child. And then she dumped the child with the baby food, closed the door where she was. All through the night, she was expecting cries. And the baby refused to cry. Because I rather stay with the child. I studied my children. I will study every move. That's me as a father. And that child did not cry. And then she keeps coming. And then she goes, open the door. Why? She's now attacking the baby like, you are even a betrayer. You didn't even cry. I thought you cry. I said, he's not going to look for best. Because I will do everything to make sure the child is comfortable. Because I study my child. And that is me for you.
Okay, you're close to the late Baba Suwe. You proudly say he brought you into the industry, you respect him, he taught you some of the things you knew before you became a man of your own. Two things. One, would you say you got that loyalty from him as a boss as much as you gave to him? One. Then two, after his death, a lot of things happened, or even before his death, during his ailment and all that, quite a number of things happened. Can you bring us up to date exactly what happened from your perspective? Because I know you were quite involved with the family and all that. Can you let us know? The first is, was he as loyal to you?
Yeah. Let me put it this way. The first biggest honor that I will receive in my community that will shoot me beyond my street was given to me by Baba Suwe. And when he did, Baba Suwe was #1 actor in Nigeria then. And he was loyal to me. He came to my not just my area, my street, to honor me.
Sorry for the Gen Zs listening. What year was this?
That was in 2001. Okay. And when he came, I used to go to his office. I was meeting up with him, and he said, "I'll come to that event to honor you." And when he came around, it's just as we are here now, and people from Bada get to hear that Baba Suwe is here. People were rushing down. He said he will not come down until he sees Lukman to his face. Where I was looking tattered. I never even believed he was going to come. I thought he was just trying to, encourage me. Because every time I go to him, he say, "You sound brilliant. I like your dedication, and I will honor you. I will come." I said, "This man is just, maybe I'll keep dreaming." And the funny part is, as a young chap, I keep seeing the dream that Baba Suwe came. And I said, when dreams start coming like this, it means it's not going to come. But let me enjoy the dream as it lasts. Where I was staying with some of the youths in my area, they just came to call me, Eluku, Baba Suwe here. Am I dead? Am I alive? Baba what? That was the first time some of us are going to be seeing a star in our life. I don't believe they go to toilets. I don't believe they hit as at that time. I ran my heart out when he saw me. That was when, as much as many adults, area boy, he said he will not come down. When he saw me, he said, oh yeah, man, right. And he held my hand. Just picture how I'm going to feel like. My father and mother, they were not there. And I became a pride to the community. Everybody, they were like, hey, Baba. Even some still call me Baba Sweet till date. And when I, started rolling with him, his younger brother was seeing me as a competition. So many things happened. My first few months, they staged a robbery into his house. They didn't took his gold, they didn't take everything, but they make it look like my leg is all good. When I saw it, I said, sir, he's like, I'm not welcome. He said, Bene, son, should me complain for him. I know what is happening. Only to ask me, let me tell you, I started laughing like, you will survive this. This industry, you will make it. Then it got to a time, the brother, there was a little complaint about it. He started looking for my mistakes. And then we got to Uelepe then. He has not built that house in front. That one, that his penthouse. And then we were in the other room at the back. And the fight was so much. And the younger brother said, and Baba said, get out of my house. He told him to get out. I said, he sacrificed his blood brother. And then Auntie Malado of blessed memory held Baba to his leg and said, Baba started begging and said, sit down. This is a boy you should encourage. This is a boy that has a future. And he's also useful to us. Why are you competing with him? Stop it. Do you think this one is trying to help me? I'm at the peak of my career and we need somebody and you're trying to, don't rival him. You are the one supposed to be buying food for him. And he said, that's what I used to tell people, gala and pure water. The when he was saying, he said, even gala and pure water. I'm saying, maybe I started laughing. He said, because I'm looking at also like he doesn't know when he says those things. He was serious. But it's funny to me that when the gala and pure water, so he taught me what loyalty means. And I am happy that when he was there for me at the beginning of my career, he showed me loyalty. And I thank God Almighty that I was there to hold his hand and to reciprocate the same loyalty when he was ending his life. Though it wasn't really a pleasant one, he was sick. But I want to say thank you to him for giving me the opportunity to pay back. And that's why I love him. Say, why are you still with him? He got to a stage at the end of his life, he called me. He said, apart from my illness, I would have loved to ask God for one thing. I said, what is that? He said, I wish he can make me give birth to you. I said, I can make it. Can I be cocky? He laughed. He said, but I love you as a son. And he's told me some certain things that I can't be saying here. And when I ran away during Baba Ijesha's case, because I was going to buy him a wheelchair, he said, I just pray you meet me back alive. But they don't understand you. Keep fighting for Baba Ijesha. I am with you in spirit. I just pray you find me alive when you come back. But I couldn't meet him alive when I came back.
Okay. We are running out of time and you cannot come here and we won't talk about Mohbad. I watched Mumi's interview with Arise, and I can remember what she said to Vivian. She said you hate her and that I've not been following all these things because at some point
it just got tiring.
I zoom off because I just felt that what is all this going on? There is a 10 seconds video that you've been posting and people have been giving you money and that you have actually raised 10 million naira using her husband's name.
Mm-hmm.
So these are my questions. What do you have against Yomi? Because to me, a poor widow who everybody should rally around to help raise the little boy. Secondly, boy a good burial. If they now want to keep fighting justice, property, the rest, they can continue the fight. That's my thoughts, actually.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, normally, if I have my way, that is not the kind of topic I would like to even encourage or entertain, because the only victim here is late Oladimeji Ilerioluwa Promise Aloba Mohbad. And for whatever it is, any other person is secondary. Mohbad had a very terrible life. He was murdered in his own house. He was buried.
Those are allegations. Because
no. It's established.
Wait.
Let me explain to you. I am into human rights.
Those are allegations.
I'm not doing social media stuff. Hold on, wait.
I'm talking based on the.
Let me tell you the murder. And the police stuff also came up with murder.
Because what the police has said that Mohbad died as a reaction to
whatever
an injection.
Whatever the case.
To stick to the police.
Wait. Whatever the case may be, the police said the person that injected Mohbad was a quack, not a professional. Yes. And so if I am not allowed to do or to cut you and do operation on you, and I operated you as
murder is a
wait, you can let me explain to you. If I am not qualified to be a doctor, I am not even a doctor, and I ask you that, I will do operation on you, and your enemy died in the process. What have I done?
Yomi,
explain. What have I done?
I am not trying to make.
Okay, now let me go to my own topic.
And I know that daily in this Lagos, hundreds of people are illegally treated by nurses.
Okay, you think that should continue?
I'm not saying it.
You know what?
I don't want you to.
The point is this. You cannot give it another name, no matter how sneaky we think we want to be. Because I want Nigeria to go forward. Some people believe that we keep patching and massaging the negativity of this country, and we keep continually exploited. What is bad is bad. It doesn't have two other names. That is secondary. I'm going to get to that one. The issue that I'm telling you is that Mohbad is the only victim. He was buried, and within few days, a 26-year-old was exhumed. In my whole lifetime, that is the first time somebody will be exhumed for something like this, because they want to bring justice to him. And while he was in the morgue, he has been pierced, cut twice. He is over 500 days in the morgue. The only thing and the only reason why I'm here is because of Mohbad. And for crying out loud, this is a cause of investigation. People like this, I don't know the kind of poverty level she has experienced. I run an NGO, and even the $10 million is not even what is been involved. If I tell you how much of my money that has been spent on this stuff, no. I have to.
How much?
We don't have the time. You want me to start telling you details?
No, you can just
a whole lot. Because when you look at when we started this whole stuff, when I started in August fully to say, let me investigate this matter, nobody was ever going to think it has to do with the wife or anything. We'll look into the side of the wife. Other human beings that are bathed by other parents were actually accused. And at the end of the day, you as a person, you are not even sympathizing to the fact that, so these people were put in police cell for months, and now they are saying they don't have anything to do with the case. And if it's homicide, Mohbad was murdered or was treated and he died in the house because it's not a natural death. And it happened before the wife. The wife was there. The younger brother was there. And at the end of the day, the initial police investigation you're talking about never treated the wife, the younger brother, the uncle as a suspect. There is something in homicide case, when anybody around the person, somebody dies, the people around the person in the last 48 hours will be held accountable.
But they were interviewed.
No, they were not treated. Hold on. If they were admitted as a suspect, let me explain to you.
Just wait a second. What I know about police,
interviewed as a witness.
We don't have time, but what I know about police investigation is this: when a case of murder like that happens, there are a list of people they want to talk to, and when they talk to you and they say that you don't have anything directly or indirectly to do with the case, they allow you to go, and they will tell you that they can ask you to come back. I remember very well that Mohbad's wife, Mohbad's mom, Mohbad's dad were the first set of people that their statements were taken.
that is that you don't know the difference. You need to understand the administration of criminal justice law. In this instance, the wife was around him. The brother during coroner inquest said they were fighting. That is second. Another person in the house said they were fighting. Now, about the 3 seconds video, the younger brother, who is a credible eyewitness in the court of law, eyewitness or documentary evidence, whether digital or video, are crucial in determining and proving the case beyond reasonable doubt. The younger brother messaged me that I have a video of a fight between Cynthia and my brother, and he went further to say, I have a description. This is how it happened. She pushed my brother until he hit his head to the floor, and I said, send me something to corroborate it. He sent me 3 seconds video. The tiles on the floor shows the house. I was in the house. I went through the police, we got a court order and went into the house. The tiles look alike. Now, the violence that was exemplifying in that 3 seconds video, it's not too much for us to ask. Can we see the extension of the 3 seconds video? The police refused to show us. Now, that is not even the bone of contention now. Now that they refused to show us, Adura was invited by the police at the higher command, and he wrote in his confessional statement that yes, 3 people were in the video. It also corroborates when we held a press conference. And part of our duty is to push and investigate more. And the moment he said 3 people are in the video, Yomi, Mohbad, and somebody else, I'm like, why would you be concealing the identity of the third person? I wasn't going to stop. And then I dragged him to the police. When he got to the police, he said, oh, it's one Zomo. Police asked him, who is Zomo? What is his third name? What is his full name? He said, only Mohbad or Yomi can know the full name. Okay, fine. He said there was a fight between them. Okay, police said, no problem. Let's get the Yomi. She refused to show up. Now, by the time we got the description, he gave the description of the guy. He was an ex-soldier. He used to be Mohbad's friend. So he was in the house with you guys. He said, but his old video, no problem. Now, we'd find a way to get the Zomo, and the Zomo came online and said, hey, I was in that video, but it's not when Mohbad fight. I said, no problem, but there was a fight. And it was not me. Really said it was a fight between herself and the Zomo. And make it make sense. Will the wife of Mohbad be fighting the friend, and Mohbad will be recording for 10 minutes? Now, the Zomo now came out, you are not privy of that, or probably you are privy, you want to cover that. He now said, hold on. He now said, you know what the Zomo said? He said, I wasn't the one fighting you, Yomi. You were fighting Mohbad. And when I wanted to intervene, you wanted to stab me. And then you want me to keep quiet because somebody will come out and play on unnecessary victim or gender victim and say, I'm a widow. She is not meant to be a widow yet because she was present when the man died, and at the end of the day, until she is exonerated. Why the police choose not to investigate her? Why did they choose not to drill her?
You know what I mean? We are actually out of time.
They will always be out of time at this stage.
No, we are actually out of time. But in 30 seconds, I just want you to tell us, what do you actually want to do now, and what do you want to achieve in 30 seconds?
All I want is justice for Mohbad, and that the Attorney General of Lagos State should compel on the police to bring that phone that they are blocking, shielding at the Lagos State Police Command. They don't want to release it. And we, as a human rights organization, will believe that phone has content that will lead to justice for Mohbad. Trust me, I can bet on my life.
Whose phone is it?
Adura said he owns it, and he sold it to one Dabola. The Dabola too was also there when the man was taken to the hospital and got him dead. So at the end of the day, you are shifting from Adura to Dabola. I said either of them, they are seriously important. And if it was Dabola coming to say, if Dabola will say, I have video of how Cynthia fought Mohbad, Dabola is a number 1 supporter of Yomi, who was also a credible eyewitness. Why did they even escape this? And that is why we are asking, go back to the investigation. There is a right for them to, in the light of a new lead, the police are meant to go back and extract it. So they can bring anything. Yomi can blackmail me. I am fighting for her husband, the father of her son. If I am going to be an enemy because I'm fighting for that truth, so be it. If she likes to blackmail me, 10 million, let her go and bring me 10 million. Whatever it is, how much is even 10 million? With what the tax we have undertaken. We need more. We need more money we will fight to the end. They blackmail, they will try to arrest, they can even kill me in the process. But please, Nigerians, they must get justice for Mohbad, because it will help my own child. It will help the child of an innocent person out there. It will make this country better. I am sick and tired of going with the Nigerian passport and hiding it. Don't you think we can do better as a nation?
All right, thank you so much for coming. I understand you're having a march on this, a protest march.
No, we've done that. We protested to the office of the Commissioner of Police. He received us. And we demanded, sir, we went on national TV to say, they asked Yomi Fabiyi to come to the Lagos State Police Command to come and see the content of the phone. I was there. When there are too many discrepancies, then your credibility becomes questionable.
All right, thank you so much.
You are not aware of that.
I told you that I stopped following up on this case.
Oh, but you should have followed to the end. That's what Jesus said.
I told you that I stopped following up because it is sickening to me.
It can't be sickening. It's justice. We have to raise every child to understand that justice is crucial. Justice is a public issue.
I agree with you.
I am not going to be thinking about myself only. I will engage myself in things that will benefit even the people that I will never meet in my life.
We are out of time.
Give me some more time.
We are out of time. Thank you so much for coming. And it's been a very interesting. It's been long that I've been trying to get you to the program, but it's worth it that you've come. It's been a very interesting discussion with you, and I hope that when again we call you to come, we wish Baba Ijesha all the best. When you see him next, send my regard to you.
He will be out probably by November, so don't worry. If he doesn't win the appeal, but he should win the appeal, because I don't see anything happening to that case, because trust me, it's just the country we live in. I'm speaking the truth always. I don't do sentiment. I speak logic, objectivity, and the rule of law, not social media drama. Everybody is always doing what is right, what is wrong, but follow the due process of the law and not connection. I have power. I have no deal. But I will speak my own truth.
Thank you. And to all our listeners, thanks for listening. It's going to be a loaded Easter. A lot of films are coming. IMD is coming with Radio Boy. Eniola Jao is coming with Owambe Thieves. Toyosi is coming with Make Nation, the first Africa.
Thank you, Top Radio. Thank you, Top Radio.
We'll see you next week when we come with another guest to talk Nollywood and inform you about what is happening in Nollywood. Till then, keep watching Nigerian movies.
Thank you.